Alright, so what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. I do a lot of 2K20 videos, and I'll leave that playlist down in the description below. But for this specific video, I'm going to be breaking it down into 6 different segments. Earlier today, they did release a blog talking about so many different things, so I'm going to put all of that in this one video, but I'm going to just put it into different sections so you guys understand it better. So the first section I am going to be talking about is the motion engine upgrade, and basically what that is how the player moves and the player movement, all that in 2K20. Now it is different from previous 2Ks, so just keep that in mind when I'm actually reading the key points. I'm not going to be reading the whole thing. As you can see, it's on the screen right here. I'm not going to be reading the whole thing, but just the key points, and you guys can basically read it for yourself. I'm just talking about the best parts about it. So what I got out of this reading is the player movement will be so different in 2K20, and what I mean by that is compare 2K17 to 2K18's dribbling, it'll be different in that aspect, way different movements and all that. So the key point that I got out of this is when it says some of the advances that you'll immediately see and feel when you pick up NBA 2K20 are better foot planting, momentum modeling, and motion style variation. So what that basically means is what I just said, especially when it said motion style variation. Mostly the whole system is going to be way different. How you're able to dribble, how your player moves, that's going to be vital, especially to all those dribble guys out there. So when you're putting combos together, it might feel a little bit like 2K18 but better, if that makes sense. And then I kept reading and it said, thanks to the addition of motion styles, you'll quickly feel the difference between lumbering big versus a quick explosive guard. Now, what I got out of that also was speed boosting will still be in the game, because a quick explosive guard, they have a quick first step. So let's say you're using De'Aaron Fox. When he could do like a jab step to the right and then it like immediately go to the left, and that's his first step. So obviously he's going to be explosive and he's going to go fast as hell. Now you guys should know why speed boosting has always been in 2Ks, because that first step after you do a dribble move, you're gonna explode really fast. So if your speed is all the way up to like a 99, your my player speed is all the way up there, you'll be able to speed boost, but obviously the limit, or obviously the minimum ball control, whatever the speed is, obviously going to be lower than a 99 to speed boost. But that's just an example. That's why speed boosting has always been in the game. It's because that quick explosive first step. And then after that, I kept reading and it said redesign how sprinting works. You'll notice a flashing yellow effect around the stamina bar when your energy level drops below a certain threshold. Once that happens, you'll quickly ramp down to a run speed and get tired much faster. Now you can't speed boost all the time. Obviously what that meant is if you're gonna keep sprinting all the damn time and waste your stamina, put dribble moves together, your stamina is gonna go down. It's been like that for a while, so that's really nothing new. So just don't spam dribble moves, don't hold the sprint button non-stop. Your stamina will go down a lot faster. And that's basically all that I got out of this first section right here. Like I said, you can see it on the screen earlier in the video, so whatever I didn't say or whatever I missed, basically you can read it for yourself. But that's the first segment right there. Now we're about to talk about ball handling. Now there's always a lot to talk about when it comes to ball handling. Now like I did earlier in the video, I'm going to just put the notes on the screen right here so you can read it for yourself also, but I'm going to just talk about the key points. Now when I kept reading, it said we've added a lot of new concepts, and that includes dead leg punches, hezi lifts, inverts, and more. Cuts and first steps also vary greatly from one style to the next, allowing us to differentiate speed boosters like De'Aaron Fox and John Wall, and they're one of the fastest players in the NBA. If not, John Wall might be, or De'Aaron Fox. It's between those two, so that differentiates them from players like DeMar DeRozan, who move more with the wiggle. Now what that basically means is it means what it says. Now if you have a high speed for your my player, you'll be able to perform fast moves at a faster pace than DeMar DeRozan. If you're in an open court situation on a fast break, you'll run a lot faster and overall you'll be able to speed boost, because that's what a lot of you park players like to do. You'll be able to speed boost, but if your speed is at a low rating, you won't be able to do any of that. So expect DeMar DeRozan, if you play now, expect DeMar DeRozan to not be able to speed boost, not be able to run as fast as higher guards like De'Aaron Fox, John Wall, people like him. He won't be able to keep up with them in the open court or even dribble as fast as them. He'll dribble more with like a wiggle. And when I read that in the blog, it made me think of like left right cheese. That's what I think is going to be in 2K20, the left right cheese, because if you're not able to dribble that fast like the guards, you're not able to put combos together, then obviously you're going to resort to the left right cheese that's been in 2K for so many 2Ks. So that's what I think that wiggle means. So I just hope that's not true, but that's just the first thing that came to my head. So I kept reading, and it said, being a successful ball handler is so much about rhythm and change of pace. The new system gives you many tools to do that, just by using the left stick. But if you want to make your defender look bad in the process, you're going to need some sauce. So that basically means just putting dribble moves together, specifically for the guards that can actually dribble, not people like DeMar DeRozan, like we were just talking about. But for people who can actually dribble, like dribble guys, that paragraph is basically for you. Now I kept reading, and it said, this year we're introducing a new size up mechanic that allows you to chain standing dribbling moves together in a cleaner and more realistic way. Every move is performed one-to-one by flicking the pro stick, and there are no pre-scripted sequences this year. This one right here hit me, and this one hit me so hard. I'm probably gonna make a nice ass dribble god this year, only after I read this paragraph. I wasn't planning on doing it before, like I was skeptical on it, but now I'm for sure doing it, because you can chain your own combos together. There's gonna be so many endless combos. Like, you were able to do that this year, but in 2K20, what that paragraph basically meant, you'll have more freedom and it'll be more realistic. So obviously, if it's more realistic, that means there's probably going to be more dribble moves that you can do, more combos, because once you were a dribble god in 2K19 and previous 2Ks as well, everybody was literally doing the same type of dribble moves. There was only, like, if you were a dribble god, you were labeled as a dribble god. There was nothing above that, and obviously you could be below a dribble god, but if you were a top tier dribble god, you were all doing the same type of moves, so nothing was really new at that point. But in 2K20, there's more dribble moves, and you could chain all your own moves together. So that'll be interesting. That makes me want to make an actual guard, which I probably will do. So like I said, that's interesting. And then I kept reading, obviously, and I read that they're adding new moves, including the behind the back wrap escapes, Luka Doncic's fake step back, which is so beautiful. No, like that thing is so crazy. And then they're adding stutter chop steps, new sham guides, and the fake sham hezzy performed by Will Bynum in the Big Three, which is one of the most beautiful moves I've ever seen. Like, if I performed that at the park, you guys have to get your ankles taken. That shit was so beautiful. But that's all I have for you guys on the ball handling section. It was a long topic to talk about, because like I said, you can talk forever about ball handling. But now it's time to get to the third segment, and this one's also interesting as well, but it's not as interesting as ball handling. We're just going to be talking about the read and react, which basically it talks more about defenders. So lockdown defenders, get ready for this, because it's going to be an interesting topic. But that's all I have for you guys with this one. So this one's actually one of my favorites, because when I read the whole thing, lockdown defenders or any type of defender build should be happy about this. Now I'm going to talk about the key points that I got out of it and that I like the most, and I'm going to put it on the screen right here so you can just read the whole thing. It says, when guarding the ball, defensive players will see a small arrow under the ball handler, indicating where they're leaning or attempting to go. This arrow shows up at different times based on defenders' abilities, modeling the different reaction times between a poor defender and a great one. So basically, the higher your overall as a defender, the better of a defender you will be. So let's say you actually make a pure lockdown defender, and then your friend makes like a lockdown defender, but you're a higher overall than him. Let's say you're like a 90 overall and he's like a 70 overall, and you have better stats. You'll be able to do this more often than he does, basically. And what I mean by that is you'll be able to see where that dribbler is actually going to dribble. Like, let's say he's going to do a move to the left, you'll be able to see that he's going to do a move to the left, but that doesn't mean that you're always going to like stop that move. If he's really good at dribbling and he changes his own moves together, he's going to cross your ass up. So you just have to be a good defender, and he just has to be a good dribbler. So it's a good thing that they're actually adding this, so dribble moves won't get us every single time. And at the same time, I kind of wish they didn't add this, because if you're a really good dribble god, then you should get your ankles taken. But the defensive system this year is actually helping defenders get better at defending, so I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But I kept reading and it said one-on-one battles now resolve in a much more predictable way, showcasing the differences between attacking a flat-footed defender versus highly skilled lockdown. Now, I'm an actual college basketball player. If you're playing defense and you're flat-footed, that's literally not how you're supposed to play defense. You're supposed to play defense on the balls of your feet, if that makes. I don't know how to explain it through the mic. Like, I actually have to show you how to do it. But being a flat-footed defender, that's not how you play defense. So this actually right here made me really happy, because it should be easier playing one-on-one to actually break ankles. But like I said earlier, if you're a really good defender, you're gonna predict where they're actually gonna go. So this year is going to be really interesting in that defending aspect. I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen when 2K20 comes out. But that's all I have for you guys with this section. Let me know what you guys think down below about that, because that's just an interesting topic to talk about. But now I'm about to talk about badges and Takeover. Now, earlier in the video, I said I was going to break it down to many more topics and many more segments, but I'm going to just break it down to these couple segments only because these are like the most important. So this is the last segment I'm going to touch on, and then I'm going to just leave the blog in the description below so you can just see the whole thing for yourself. But now let's get into that. So this topic right here is literally what most of the community wants to hear about: badges and Takeover. Now, but I'm gonna just get this out the way. Takeover is officially returning in 2K20. They announced it right here, and I'm putting it on the screen so you can see it as well. They announced it in this blog. Now, the main key points that I got from it was, we came away with an impressive list of around 80 badges that allow players to express different strengths in various areas of the game. 80 damn badges is a lot, and I mean, like, that's so many badges. That's more badges than they had in every single 2K. Like, that's so many damn badges. I can't even think of the different amount of badges that we're actually going to experience in 2K20. Like, I can't think of any on the top of my head, but that's so many badges. And then they said, we put in a ton of work to ensure that each badge was valuable and unique enough to cater to just about anything imaginable playstyle. Now, that makes sense, because if you're going to make a unique player, then that unique player needs a certain type of badge that can boost them up to the top, like over the edge. So if they have any badge that's imaginable, so let's say you made like a weird ass playstyle, a weird ass build that nobody can even think of, and there's a badge specifically for that build that'll just make it even better. That's what they mean by any badge imaginable. So that would be kind of crazy if they actually like have some really unique badges that we can't even think of right now. That would be really crazy. But 80 badges, I'm pretty sure they have like random ass badges that don't even make sense, but it'll make sense once we actually make that player. It'll make sense. But that's just a lot of badges. And then they said we even added neighborhood specific badges that enhance the physicality and flashy play of the playground. Now, that just means they have park badges like they did in the previous 2Ks. They didn't have it in 2K19. I don't know if they had it in 2K18, because I literally only played like 200 park games and I honestly don't remember. But off the top of my head, I don't think they had it in 2K18, but don't quote me on that. But that's just all the information I got from this. And like I said, Takeover is in 2K20 and it will be much more balanced this year. So that's basically what this whole thing was. But that's this video was 14 minutes long, and I just wanted to get to the main parts. Obviously it would be long if I talked about literally everything, but the blog's in the description below, so just click that link. It'll send you to a Facebook blog, and it was written by Mike Wang, so you guys can just read it for yourself. But that's all the information I got from this whole thing that I thought was important. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys with this one. So if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.